What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. So in this one we're gonna be doing some more random stuff. So I plan on putting a light bar on my golf cart, which is right here. Had this thing forever. My grandfather actually bought us this a long time ago. I'll never forget the day it showed up on a trailer, but it was sick. So it's just a club car. I think it's like a 98 or something. I'm not really sure on the exact year, but it's a Carryall 2. Turf Carryall 2, because it's got the bed on it. Aluminum bed. The whole body's aluminum bed, aluminum frame. I'll show you guys under here. It's completely, I think it's got, I was just looking at the hour meter on it. I think it's got 2,254.1 hours is the way I think you read that. But huge gas tank. The gauge is a little messed up and the choke is messed up. Needs a little TLC, but this thing runs like a champ once you get it running. I just manually choke it. I've been just squeezing the intake pipe to get it to start, so it works out. But yeah, I remember I took the muffler off of this when I was a kid and I was driving around with an open manifold. My dad was yelling at me. Good times. But yeah, I think we're gonna put a light bar on it because the headlights right here, I think this one might be out and or it's busted, so, or the key has to be on? Or the key was on. Yeah, so it doesn't work. And make sure I got power there. If I got power there, I'm gonna put a light bar on it. Because why not? You know, I have one. So hopefully it'll power it. I don't see why not with that factory wiring. And yeah, I'm gonna wire this thing up to show me the path because it's about to get dark soon. So hopefully I can get this done. I think I'm just gonna tap into this harness here. They got like a couple of pigtails here, or like, I don't know, they're labeled, but I might just cut these off, butt connect some wires on it and mount it right to the holes in this thing and get ourselves a nice little light. It used to be green. My dad a long time ago had the body shop like fill it and paint it really quick, and it had a bumper for it. My buddy crashed it into a tree when we were kids. Bumper never went back on. It's just been kind of used and abused, but this thing's a total workhorse. It's supposed to be able to put like 1,000 pounds in the back, so it's like, it's no slouch, you know. This thing will handle some weight. It's definitely got worn out over the years. The leaf springs are probably worn, but you know, it still does a lot of work. It puts in a lot of work. Hopefully one day this thing's mine. I do like this as a, you know, just all-around vehicle here. It's great to have around. It's like having a tractor, but it's way better than a tractor in my opinion. Way faster too. So that's that. So that's what we're doing today. So that and among other things will be going on, but we're getting pellets delivered tonight, so need to carry those into the backyard there. So I'm gonna use that to load everything up and make trips to the backyard. So I'm gonna have them put the pellets somewhere over there in this area, and we'll just, you know, bring them back little by little. So that's that. I'll show you guys what I do with this light bar. So I found this here fuse, 30 amp fuse, in pieces. So obviously it's blown. This is the piece of the fuse. This is the cap. It was totally melted. So I don't know if that's for the headlights, but it's for something. So I'm gonna try to replace it, and if I can't replace it, maybe just bypass it. Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. I'm gonna try to replace it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And this is why I save garbage. I probably pulled this out of somebody's car, uninstalled some remote start system, or did something, but I'm not sure if you can see, but that looks like a 30 amp fuse to me. So I think we're gonna splice this guy in, and then it'll be easy to change because I'll be able to have access to these 30 amp fuses. So I think I'll wire that in, and we'll see if it makes the headlights work. If not, we're at least fixing something. So I kind of finished the light bar. It ended up working. That fuse fixed it. I mounted the bar. It worked good for the night. Didn't really use the cart that night like I planned to. I ended up using it. We used it to bring the pellets inside, which we were gonna do, and we did that during the day. So I didn't really use the light bar, but next time I got the cart out, and I'll show you the light bar. Anyway. Sorry, terrible at this vlogging thing. I made some adjustments to the tune, and it's doing good. I was thinking about doing like an overview on the setup. Let me know if any of you guys want to see that, but you know, it's nothing crazy, but there's a good amount of things that I did do to it. So, you know, interior, exterior. I want to give it a nice detail, nice cleanup. I want to figure out what I'm doing about the plastic. I think I might wait till next season to do that, let it go through the winter, and then in the spring do something with the plastic, and possibly with the rot on the other side too. We'll see what happens. I'd like to maybe fix the rot over there and then wrap it. That's kind of what I was thinking. Learn how to wrap and just wrap the truck. Everything's like individual panels, so I feel like it would be pretty easy to do a wrap on it. You know what I'm saying? Like minimal seams and stuff. There's not like long body lines or anything that I gotta worry about. Like the doors are all separate, so there's not like a huge pillar. So just from front to rear and everything, shouldn't be too crazy. I think I could get it done with minimal materials. The only thing is the hood is really big, so I don't know if I would. I don't know if you put a seam or if you do. You know, I'd like to do no seam, but I don't know from here to here is at 5 feet, because I think that's how you get the sheets are in 5 feet increments widths. So I don't know. I'll have to look into it, but I think a wrap would look pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, obviously just paint the plastic or something, and then you wrap it and tuck the wrap under the plastic, and you know, it'll look sweet, I would think. Anyway, that's for a later date. Got Naomi's here, and the Accord's chilling. Don't really have much that I want to do to the Accord. I mean, I got a lot of things to do to it, but just really busy right now with other projects, trying to like tidy stuff up. Like I want to try to get the bus out of here, so that's what we're doing tonight. We're gonna go press the bushing out of the case and see if we can progress with the working on the bus. So yeah, I'm gonna head inside and we'll see if we can't do some bus transmission stuff. Pizza oven, on the other hand, is looking pretty good. We can't move it because it's so heavy. I think I calculated this whole base and the unit itself to be like, it's over 1,000 pounds, definitely. It's like a huge 4x4 base, and my dad overkills everything, so he's got all kinds of like 2x6s in here, holding it up, plywood, and then there's red brick underneath, which are like 4 pounds a piece, and then these fire bricks, which are 6 pounds a piece, 72 of each. So you do the math. It's a lot of weight. We can't pick it up, even, you know, like I can't even like make a corner move. So I don't know how we're gonna get it out of here. We gotta take the top off, and then I was thinking maybe a floor jack under it or something. It'd be nice to get the golf cart to drive under it or something, but we got these center supports, so maybe if we undid these center supports, we could drive the cart under it and put it on the bed. The cart will hold about 1,000 pounds, so minus that, we're looking at 700 or 800 pounds minus the top. So I don't know, I think it'll do it. Anyway, another side project here, and now we'll move into the basement where the transmission is. So I ended up taking that other section out of there, this guy, or you know, the smaller piece that fits inside. I took it out because it didn't fit in this, and I don't know if it's because it's walled out or whatever, but see how there's like a lot of wear on that bottom corner there versus the rest of it. I know it's not focusing and the lighting's terrible, so my bad, but you get the idea. You can see the wear there, and that's what I didn't like about it. You might also be able to see that it's like all bubbled up here. Like this area is all like mushroomed out, so I wasn't really a big fan of that mushroomed out section, so that's why, partially why I'm replacing it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to pound it out, and we'll see if I break it. Alright, slightly smaller, less likely to get stuck, hopefully. Awesome. Yeah, that's probably how it should have been the first time, huh? Oops. Smart. So, looking at that, definitely some dimples put in it so it wouldn't push out. It's interesting. This must have been a later case design here that had like some dimples pushed out so that it wouldn't spin. So maybe it didn't spin. Interesting. But it doesn't look like there's a lube circuit. Looks like we marred the surface a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. Our new bushing should hold in there. Yeah. I don't think it was the end of the world. We probably could have left it. I think those are just dimples they put in there, and it actually pushes it out into the case. So, oops. Probably didn't need to even change this bushing. I'm just super paranoid about it. So, you know, I'm going to clean it out. And we're going to put this one in same way. Exact same way. So, I'm just going to clean this area of the case, and we should be good. So we got it all set up here, and I've got one size smaller than what actually will fit tight, and I put just a ring of black tape on there, A, to make it tighter, and B, to protect it. So I'm just going to try to pound this bushing in right now, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. Alright, I'm excited with the way it came out. I think it pressed in really good. I had my little paint mark there for where the old groove was to line it up. So I lined it up perfectly, and it looks like it went in nice. I got it just shy of the surface. The initial one was way deep, I'm sure you remember, but they say you can make it level with the case and it won't be as likely to spin because it holds more on the case. So hopefully that works out for us, and it looks like it went pretty good. So it's the following night, we're getting back to work on this thing. Now that I put this bushing in quite successfully, it looks nice. I left it flush with the case like the guy on the YouTube guy, Automatic Transmission, says. So I left it flush, hopefully it won't spin. Put it exactly where it was. It didn't look like it had spun because it was staked. I'm not going to stake this one, I'll just leave it there. Hopefully it'll be fine. And what I'm going to do, put this seal in now. I've got this tool right here that I set up with the 65 and the 48, and it fits pretty nicely through there. So I'm just going to get this thing all set up and pound it through. And you just want it, basically when he did it, he pushed it down and then he used the snap ring to finish pushing it in. So I'll try to do the same thing so that you know it's perfectly seated. You don't want to go in too far. So I'm just going to wipe this edge out and try to get any debris out of here that collected in there, and then we'll move on to the next step here. So that's pretty much what I've done here. I got the snap ring not in the groove but above it, and now I'm going to throw the guy in there and pound her home, and hopefully it should be perfectly installed. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that's coming out so far. So then we're just going to have to watch video and see what the next step is.
Already installed.
So I've got
a rear,
the video playing here. This is Automatic Transmission. If you guys want to check him out on YouTube, definitely a good channel here. He definitely knows his stuff. Sorry, I was trying to drag this up to the top here. I'm bad at this with my left hand. Yeah, it's not working. So I'm gonna go through this and make sure everything looks like it's supposed to. And check out the pump, make sure the pump bushings look good. I really don't think I'm going to change any more bushings. I think they look okay as far as wear goes. I'm just going to send it. That whole bushing situation, there's so much to it. There's so many bushings. It looks like a huge job. I'm sure the bushings are fine. That one looked weird to me. That's a one-way sprag in there, see? Only spin one way. Anyway, yeah, I gotta get maybe some Scotch-Brite to clean these up. I should have left tranny fluid on them. You know, beginner's move, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I definitely made a lot of mistakes rebuilding this transmission already, and I haven't even started. So, just gotta get going on it, you know? I just gotta try. Hopefully when I get it back together, it works. I'm sure it will. The parts are all good. The hard parts are all good. I have all new clutches. I'm just not gonna do all new bushings or anything because I think I'll just get lost doing all that. I have pistons, so I could air check stuff, see if it air checks okay, and then put new pistons in it, but I think I'm just going to disassemble everything and inspect it and just see where we're at. If I think that things are bad, I'll replace them. That's why I got all the parts. I'm sure I'll rebuild another 4L80 at some point in my life, so that's why I'm thinking let's just buy a bunch of parts and go through it and have a little practice run at rebuilding. And that's that. These are the clutches that burn very, very bad. The clutches and steels are all jacked up. But we'll go through it. This is something we're going to have to replace. This housing definitely got warm. So that's why I wanted to change this piston in particular, as long as the housing is okay, which I think it is. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully all that stuff's still good. I'm going to try to get some gloves, and then I'm going to start going through this process. So guys, I got what I needed. It's the following morning. My dad went out yesterday and grabbed some of this assembly goo for me, which is basically trans assembly lube. It helps you to hold stuff together. And this is what I really wanted to get from work. I needed this. There's a lot of different things you need this for. It provides lubrication, but it also sticks parts together. So if I want to stick this right here to the bottom, which I'll show you guys in a second, you put some of this assembly goo on there, and then you kind of press it in, and it helps to you know, make sure nothing falls apart when you're building the transmission. So it's basically just to hold things in place, like a temporary glue, and then it dissolves in the fluid. So it's pretty cool stuff. So I need to put these new rings on here. These are the old rings here. I forget what kind of seals these are. They're not like Teflon. These white ones here are meant to be stretched, and then you put them in the groove, and then you shrink them back down with a sizer, and you size them, and then once they're sized, that's when you slide the shaft into it, and it'll, you know, slide in smoothly. These older seals on here, you can probably see, are pretty beat up. Let's see if I can. Yeah, see, those guys are pretty hammered. You know, I'm sure they still seal, but we're gonna take them out and put new seals everywhere. That way we know we got brand new stuff. So I went out in the garage, found the bearings that I was missing, and got everything together. Now this little assembly here I started putting together. Basically, we got the rear planet as well as the front planet, and I don't remember what hub this is, but this is the sun gears in here along with this shaft. I don't know all the parts. I'm not super knowledgeable on all that stuff, but as I watch the video, I pick up a couple things here and there. I'm trying to learn, but hopefully this won't be my first. I mean, hopefully this won't be my last 4L80 rebuild. I'd like to do more. I do enjoy it. It's kind of fun. So I'll keep bringing you guys along for different sections, but it's not really a full, comprehensive 4L80 rebuild video, so don't expect to see the whole thing in this video. So I got the new lip seals installed, and you want to make sure that they face down. So that's something that he was stressing. They face down because the fluid comes from this side, and it's going to apply pressure this way, and this will force the lip seal out into, you know, sealing. If you had it the other way, it would blow past the seal, which makes perfect sense to me. The ones that were on there were kind of worn. You could barely tell which way the lip went. So I think it's good. We had these in the kit. We got to change them. I'm glad I took it apart to look. I want to change everything. I want it to be 100%, and we're going to air check stuff too. I just want this to go smoothly. So now we're going to put our sealing rings into our, I think it's the center support housing is what it's called. So I'm going to take these rings and put these rings on. He said that there was something about which way they went. He wasn't sure. There's a discrepancy on that. I'm going to go back and look. But basically, we'll take a little bit of this trans goo. We'll put it in here. Now, he didn't do that. This is something my dad always shows me. And this tends to make those rings stick in there better. I've only done a few of these types of rings, but should do like at least 3 or 4 spots. And they'll help to keep the ring in place when you actually go to slide it into where it lives. You don't want the rings to get caught on something, and that could be an issue. So we just do this, and that will help to lock the rings in place. Okay, he said you gotta have, it doesn't matter, is what he said. It doesn't matter on the 4L80, but I'm gonna do it right anyway. He said you should have dimples up and dimples down on apply circuits. So between this bottom section here and this second section up here, there's 4 rings. I'm gonna face dimples up. So you just kind of try to expand this ring to get it down here. I didn't want it to fall into that hole there. That's not my goal. I think you kind of just gotta hopefully not break it and expand it down to the bottom. I should go from the top first. Alright. We're going down. Being very cautious because I don't want to damage one of these. I only have 4. Okay. So he's in the bottom there. Now they say they should face 180 away from each other. So we got one facing this way. Next one we're going to face the other way. That way the gap in the seals don't line up. So we got that one that way, and we push in and on our trans goo, and the trans goo all presses out, and that allows this ring to get pressed in pretty well. So the guy doesn't do that in the video, but I think he's just like he's either a pro or he doesn't know about it. He rebuilds a lot of transmissions, but my dad's also rebuilt a lot of transmissions, so I trust his judgment on this kind of stuff here. And this is how he always does these rings, so this is how I'm going to do it with the trans goo. Taking my time. Went a little too far. There we go. I want to spin this guy to be 180 from the lower. Okay, smush it in. You see how all that assembly goo comes out there. Work him around. So I got this whole thing built over here. The rear planet with I guess the front planet and center support housing, and I redid the lip seals in the center support, which was kind of difficult, honestly. I had heard that it was difficult, but I ended up just using a feeler gauge. Hopefully I didn't tear it. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to air check it, and hopefully it's okay. You know, it's my first one. Didn't really have much help, but I wish I had the better assembly goo as well. Maybe a little more trans fluid would have helped better, but I definitely had a tough time getting it down. There's definitely a technique to it. The guy in the video made it look so easy, but I definitely got it. So, I mean, once it fell down, it just went right in. And I don't think I cut the seal anywhere. That would be my only issue, is if I cut the seal. I don't believe I rolled it, because it's like, you don't have to push very hard. When it's lined up and it's ready, it falls right in. So I did that. Put the spring-loaded thing and the snap ring back on. And yeah, we're all assembled here. So I'm just changing the seal. I just busted this old seal out. This is where the rear cooler line comes in to the center support right here. Oop, my bad. To right here. So I'm just going to put a new seal in here, and I'm going to pound that in. I found this little 12 mil socket. Seems to fit it. So I'm just going to throw the extension on there and whack it with that till it bottoms out. And then the cooler line should seal on that thing. So I did install that seal. Sent her home pretty good. I was a little nervous that I maybe went too far, but the guy in the video, he kind of did the same thing. He sunk it. So based on that, I don't know. I think it's okay. I'm trying to decide if it's better for me to just get close or for me to zoom in. I think if I get close, it's probably better. But anyway, yeah, still we're learning the quirks of this camera. Also got a new phone. So I'm working on this thing too, this 14 Pro. It's pretty sweet. I should be able to take some nice pictures now and give that to you guys. I got some more stuff. I got assembly goo here, and I got the other stuff. It's a light tack, some other assembly goo. So I'll show you guys that. But I think I'm gonna probably try to cap this video off here and try to edit it so you guys can have another Friday video. I'm trying to stick to these Friday uploads, and it is difficult, especially with everything going on, guys. But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, I just want to let you guys know my brother did pass. This world's not fair, guys, and it just was so quick. A month's time, he was in the hospital, and just terrible. Yeah, so going through a lot right now. Family is very important to me, so we're just trying to, you know, do what we have to do and get through it day by day. It's just, nobody should have to lose somebody that young. 24 years old is just way too young, and yeah, I don't really have much else to say, guys. It's very tragic. It's my best friend, and yeah. Anyway, I won't get emotional, but you know, just know that we're hurting over here, and it's crazy. It's crazy what you don't realize what you have until it's not there anymore. But I'm just trying to stay busy with this stuff, and that's kind of what keeps me sane, is car parts and just focusing on stuff and just trying to live in the moment. You know, when I reflect, I try to think of positive times and good things that have happened, and that tends to help me. But yeah, just being in the moment is what I need. So I'm gonna keep working on this transmission probably tonight, but right now I'm gonna go out and move the Honda, so I'll show you guys that. But next step, I think, is cleaning out these speed sensor holes right here. So I'm just gonna clean those two guys out right there, and they're all rotted, and make sure none of that crap goes in the case. And then I'll put this thing back on the fixture, and we'll start actually assembling. I'm gonna drop this whole assembly in there with this spacer first. But yeah, I'll probably pick back up in the next video with that. So thank you guys for watching this partial transmission building video. Stay tuned for more bad advice and occasionally wrong advice. Hopefully I get everything right and this thing moves. Anyway, yeah, that's that. Car's looking good though. It's pretty dirty. I haven't washed it in a little while, but been enjoying it still. Still smokes like crazy, but I'm just rocking it. I think if I take that turbo off, I'm gonna put a different engine in it, a built motor. I don't think I'm gonna buy another turbo for this setup. If the turbo blows up and the motor eats it, then that's how she went out, you know. And then it's the eBay turbo's fault. But it is what it is. I'm here to review all the cheap Chinese stuff, so you guys don't have to worry about it. Like Max Peating Rod's turbo in the truck, still going strong. Granted, I haven't checked the shaft play on it. This one I did take the filter off, and I was able to check the shaft play, and it's a lot, you know, it's a lot, and it smokes. So it's going out. It still makes good boost though, so I don't really see a need to, you know, pull it out, just because it still works. I'm okay with the smoke. I know some people are embarrassed, and I definitely am embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. It's very embarrassing to have a smoky car, because everybody thinks that you drive a piece of crap, and that's not the case, guys. Because even though it barely starts when it's hot because the tune's not right, and it's always one thing or the other, just because of how owning something like this is. This car really is a good car, very reliable, and I don't have any problems. It's been so good to me, you know. I really cannot complain. Oops, I hit the horn. I'm trying to pull in tight here. That's pretty good. We got all kinds of pellets that got delivered. But yeah, this car has been the bomb. I love it. But that's gonna wrap up this video, everybody. So thank you for watching, and you know, keep us in your thoughts, because yeah, it's crazy when the unthinkable happens, you know. There's just no real words to say, you know, nothing that makes it any better. I appreciate everybody. Everybody's been so supportive, bringing food and cards and, you know, stopping by and stuff like that. So it's been good, but yeah, it's gonna take time for things like this. It takes time to heal. So yeah, thank you guys for supporting me and watching my videos, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff, because, you know, it's for me, but it is for you guys, because, you know, I love just working, man. I really love it. I love sharing it with people, but I'd prefer if somebody just filmed me, because, you know, it takes time out of the things that I can do. But I do like to share what I'm doing with people, and I think if people find it interesting, you guys and followers, I don't mind sharing. So I'll keep you in the loop, and we'll keep you up to date on what's going on. And hopefully we can get back to work on the Honda soon. I really crave working on this thing. I got so many other projects I don't want to work on because I want to do stuff to this. But pretty soon maybe I'll look for a motor at the junkyard and we can do something fun. And yeah, I'll keep you guys into that. Trust me, I'll be making videos on that when that happens. But yeah, winter's coming, so maybe a project's in order. We'll see. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.